Okay, so I'm in this program, and been here since January 30th of this year. Started doing shit that people never thought that I would do, especially my family. Started smoking, and started smoking so bad that I'm pretty much a chain smoker. Started drinking alcohol, and it's like so bad that I'm a binge drinker. Started smoking marijuana, but today makes 12 days of being sober from alcohol, marijuana, and all that. Started having sex. Downloaded a dating website, and my dumbass let people take advantage of me and just have sex with me. Last time I had sex was with this one guy, which was Thursday, August the 2nd of this year. I was fucked up on weed and alcohol. But now I feel like I have to have sex to make me feel better about myself. To make me have a good self-esteem. Because I have a really low self-esteem. But, yeah, I had sex on the 2nd. I told my psychiatrist about everything. I'm starting to gag on cigarettes after like a few days ago. Never happened. Never happened. I can't be around food without getting nauseous. I used to be able to be around coffee, but now if I drink coffee, if I smell it, I throw up. Been having morning sickness, all that other shit. But I'm a self-harmer. I used to go through shit. I mean, it might not seem bad to some people, but to me, the shit that's happened to me, is really bad to me. Most people might be like, oh, you're over dramatic. Y'all don't know what I've been through. I've been in and out of hospitals my whole life. Diagnosed with a lot of shit. Schizophrenia, PTSD, depression, anxiety, anger, bipolar. But when I got here, my self-harming got worse. I cut deeper, and way deeper in more places. be honest, I'm glad I'm still here. I'm surprised I'm still here. But I kind of think I'm making this video to, I don't know, just to let people know that life does get better. I thought alcohol and marijuana made me happy, but after being 12 days clean, been more happier without it. I've lost, like, I had people, I had staff-wise not want me, well, like, be mad at me and ignore me, but now, the staff, ever since I stopped, they've been more nicer, they've been more proud of me. I mean, yeah, sometimes me and the staff will have our problems, but we always come back to each other and stuff. The thing is that in this program you can't be pregnant, you can't have a baby, but if I am, they will let me stay until I have the baby. But life, I shouldn't have a boy fuck me to make me feel like I need my self-esteem to be better. Because low self-esteem sucks. It really does. There's been times where I've starved myself. There's been times where I've overdosed. But I'll talk to people and, like, I guess that's another reason why I'm posting it on YouTube, is because once I talk to people and once I talk to, like, live, it makes me feel better, and it makes me realize all the stuff that is actually worth living for, that's actually worth something. Makes me feel like, oh, right now it isn't bad, or something like that. I've been more depressed for the past week or so. I've been more depressed, I've been more anxious, been more paranoid. I've had more anger outbursts. Nobody knows this except for my roommate and a couple other people, but I broke a clock. I punched it and I broke it. I punched some other shit. And that's just because I was so mad and I wasn't thinking. And I had all my coping skills near me, but instead I just decided to punch stuff. Decided to punch and break things. Videos like this with cards, but I decided just to talk about it because index cards, I don't know why, they like take longer to read. Like, you gotta pause it, so I decided to talk. I have tried making index cards before and showing it to my therapist and stuff, but I didn't. Wait, no, I did show it to my therapist. I just didn't share it on YouTube. So, since I feel like I need alcohol or marijuana, instead of alcohol, I drink energy drinks like Red Bull, Ribbits, Monsters, Rock Stars, all that. Right now I'm drinking a Red Bull. I had a Monster last night, but right now I'm drinking a Red Bull. I guess I do have some family that does help me, but I don't really like telling my mom or somebody when there's an issue going on here, because she will text anybody, everybody, all the staff wise. And I feel like that causes trouble with staff and me. So far since I've been here, I've been in one hospital. I was in a group home. Went to a hospital. Back to the hospital. Ended up in this room. I've been in and out of Peninsula, Park Ridge Valley, Kingston Academy, the Village. All that just for stupid choices I've made. But, and I'm 19, so since I was like 11 or 12 in 6th grade, I've been going to hospitals, residentials. And it's, I don't know, because I don't know. I'm actually in a program that's more independent, and we have apartments. I'm not at my apartment, I'm at another roomie's apartment doing laundry. It sucks being away from home. I'm like 3-4 hours away from home. So I can't see my mom, I can't see my brother, I can't see my dogs. It sucks. We're not even allowed to have animals. And most of us need service pets. That would be the best thing for us, is to have a service pet. Like for anxiety and stuff. But we're not allowed to have one, and it sucks. I kinda don't know how to word it. When I first had sex with this one guy, I kinda got triggered, and I went back to my cousin, and I felt uncomfortable. One of my roommates was outside, my other roommate was asleep, and then we had a member that was asleep. And that night I also had a beer. And, but I got abused by my dad, by my cousin. And ever since I told on my cousin, my dad's family have nothing to do with me. My dad, he's never been in my life. He'll walk in, but then like a few hours later, he'll walk right back out. My mom's parents, I'm really close to them. Like really close. And it sucks because they had to move far away. It sucks. But I thought that was hard losing my grandparents by just moving, but what's actually really hard is losing someone from death. I lost dad's girlfriend. He was, that's the only reason why I would hang out with my dad is for his girlfriend. She was really sweet. She loved me and my brother both like her own biological. And then last year I was in Florida with my grandparents, and I got the call from my mom saying Courtney Tabby killed herself. Really, really hard. I just started breaking down. I never cried in front of my grandparents, and I just broke down in front of them. She overdosed, and it sucked because I had seen her the month before. She had told me I had my whole life ahead of me. She was right. She had her whole life ahead of her too. She was only 26 when she killed herself. Her and my dad had the same birthday. It's pretty cool, except my dad's older. They had the same birthday. So every time June 20th comes around, it's a really hard day. Like this year, when June 20th came, it was difficult. When May 2nd comes, it's difficult because I got told me somewhere in the car. I'm just sitting there, paranoid, thinking that, oh crap, I'm gonna get into another car wreck today. And that sucked. That car wreck sucked. But my brother was gonna be in the car, and the ambulance and them said if someone would have been in the back seat, they would have died. And it's weird because two people showed up, and one of them was a mortician. I didn't know what a mortician was, and my mom said it's somebody that works at a funeral home. And I was like, what the, like, are you serious? Like, that was horrible, really horrible. The last few nights, I've been having dreams about people killing themselves. I had a dream that someone that my brother loves, that he's dating, I probably shouldn't be saying this because I don't want him to see it, but I had a dream that his girlfriend killed herself. I feel like the devil's controlling me, but I know nothing can control me. The guy I had sex with made me really depressed because he hasn't been talking to me. And I realized that he just used me for sex. And so I've been listening to depressing love songs. I've been having dreams about the devil. Everything about the devil. I've been seeing the devil outside of my dreams. In my dreams. All that. And that really does suck. Like, it really does. I know there's people out there that have it like way, way, way worse. But I've had a rough life. I really have. My grandparents had got me a phone one year so I can call them for an emergency. And my stepmom, well, now my ex-stepmom, she took it away from me because she told them not to get me a phone because I was like 8 or so. And I needed it for emergencies because of what I was going through with them. So one day, my stepmom gave it to me to use for the day. And I wasn't getting no service. And I was like, what's the point? I ain't got no service in this house. I'm not even, I can't even have it when I want it. Can't even have it on me at all times. So I decided to break it. What's the point in having a phone? I mean, it wasn't nothing fancy or anything. It was just like a little state phone, government phone, just so I can get a hold of my grandparents. My mom had went to jail, and it wasn't her fault. It was the guy's fault. She was with this guy, and he had stole shit, and then he left, and my mom said someone had to take the blame, so she stayed there and went to jail for him. I lived with my grandparents, and then my grandmother told me, Courtney, you have to go live with your dad. And then I had a mental breakdown. It was horrible. It was so bad that I had my grandparents crying. My mom finally got out of jail. She got custody of me, but my brother wanted to live with my dad, so he stayed with my dad and I lived with my mom. My mom and dad argued 24/7 when they were split up. My mom would tell him that she's getting custody of my brother. And then my dad would be like, no, you're not. But my mom finally got custody of him. I found pictures at my grandparents' house last summer. My dad wouldn't clean my clothes. They used my clothes for shit. And I would have to wear grown men's clothes when I was like 3 years old. I was in big, big clothes. And I didn't know. I was just a child. I always got sick over there. At my dad's house, I always got sick. I would either be throwing up, or I'd be running a fever, or I would get head lice over there. And my cousin, my brother was like 2, 3, and I was like 4 or 5 or older. And my cousin would be like, hey Jay, your dad needs you, or hey, Mama and Papa needs you, or the phone's for you. Be like, okay. My brother would leave, and then my cousin would shut the door. As soon as he would shut the door, I was like, oh shit, it's time for that thing to happen. My grandparents, my dad's parents would be asleep, or they'd be outside. My dad, he'd be passed out somewhere. He wouldn't even be home. He'd be out doing stuff. And then my cousin would force me. He's like, I don't know, 3, 4 years older than me. And he'd be like, if you don't do this or do that, I'm gonna blame it on you. And so I would have to do it. And there was no way yelling for help. And after a while, when he kept doing that, I was be okay. I thought that was allowed. So I would get excited when he comes over. And I would get excited when me and him was hanging out in the room or something. Then after I realized what was going on, I didn't tell nobody. But my mom told me. She took me out for a drive and said, Courtney, I know there's stuff going on. I wouldn't talk to her about anything. Nothing. She said, we're not going back home until you tell me what's going on. I came out with it. I don't know why, but ever since I've been little, I've been having bladder problems. I can't hold my bladder. I end up peeing on myself. Whether I'm laughing or in bed, and I'm 19. And that's really embarrassing. But nobody understands that I have bladder problems. My mom understands, my grandparents understands, but nobody else. That sucks. Sucks really bad. I have a therapist here, and it sucks because she's a traveling therapist. And after I opened up to her and everything, I'm going to be getting a new therapist. September 14th is her last day. It sucks. So, why not just get used to it and say it on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, something like that, because I'm going to have to open up to a new therapist anyways. And I get attached to people easily. So, at school, if I got attached to a teacher and they would have to leave, I would end up crying and having a breakdown in the middle of class on their last day or something. But life isn't really that bad once you get out of all the bad shit that's happened. Once you get, not really used, but I don't know, to your diagnosis. Being 12 days sober today actually makes me happy. So, you don't need alcohol. You don't need marijuana to make you happy. You just need people to make you happy. You don't need sex to have a good self-esteem. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself. Y'all are all beautiful. And I have to tell myself that. I wear a lot of makeup to make myself beautiful. I try to dress up as a whore to make myself beautiful. I try everything to make myself beautiful. But it's not only that. It's my scars that I have now that makes me even worse about myself. I can't even, the guys that have come over, that they'll say something, but they don't. It's just, whatever you're going through, it will get better. There is a point in life that it will get better. You will eventually have a good life, have your own family, be the best parent that you want to be to your kids, because you never had a good life and you want your kids to have a good experience, a good life. Like me, like, I'm 50% sure I'm pregnant. And even if I'm not, when I do have kids, I want them to have the best life. I want them to have their dad in their life. And you know, if their dad isn't in their life and another man walks in, then that man, like my stepdad, he took over all the responsibilities that my biological dad should be doing. So there will become a point you'll be able to get your own place, make your own money, get your own job, your own car. That feels good so far. Like, I know I'm in an independent program, but I still kind of have my own apartment. That feels good. I'm looking for jobs. I'm trying to make money and everything, and being able to buy what you want and anything feels actually pretty good. I feel good about it. I feel like I'm accomplishing at least something by being in this program. Being 12 days sober is something. Going to AA and NA meetings. Trust me, they're boring, but they will help. Just a little experience. If you I smoke marijuana and I lost my balance and fell and got a concussion. This was like 3 weeks ago. Also, I've experienced being drunk and high, either different times or at the same time. And then the guy takes advantage of you because you're too fucked up to not be like, oh no, get off of me, don't do this, don't do that. But I will. I'm gonna try and post more videos, but it's not gonna be depressing and shit like this. It's gonna be more happier. Like, I'm gonna try and have music, but it will be more happier videos. Maybe me playing the guitar or something. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I gotta go check on the clothes and then walk back to my apartment, so bye.